Scott, how big is the rift and the division between the Democrats at this time, and what might that mean for the next funding fight in roughly 2 months?
Well, John Fetterman has also said that the Democrats have to have a big tent and multiple views, which we have. There's division because of people like and elected officials like John Fetterman and the 7 others who did not stand up for the fight against the political gangsterism of the Republican Party. They run all 3 houses, and they just simply didn't want to have a conversation about health care costs and Medicare costs. Right. And that's what the American people, and that's what the polling is showing. Now, having said that, I do think there's a sense of relief that the government is back working, but we just keep kicking the political and the economic can down the road. We're going to have this same fight in January. And you see, the problem with the Republicans' view on this is if you don't care about those 20 million or however million with Obamacare costs and Medicare costs, or them losing their benefits, or insurance costs going up, then you don't have that conversation. It's just one or the other. If you do care about it, you'll have that conversation with the government open or the government closed. The Democrats have lost all of their leverage now. They're on a hope and a prayer that they can get a vote with John Thune. And then on the House side, it's not even guaranteed. Right. And this is why Democrats in the party are just so frustrated with their leadership there in the legislature.
Yeah, and Scott, I keep coming back to the idea that, it was a record amount of time for both sides holding the line. But in the end, the Republicans got what they want and the Democrats didn't. So what can the Democrats be proud of at this time?
Well, pushing forward the issue or keeping the issue in the American public and making it known to the public what's at risk here, there's a plus there. But in the end, the Democrats keep fighting for status quo and respect when the Republicans simply don't care about either one. They care about winning and putting in place the government and the economy that they want, which is usually to support or benefit corporations and the highest earners in this country, as opposed to the poor folks or the least and lost and left out, which still vote for the Republicans. Right. The Democrats got to figure out how to fight against an opponent that doesn't care about all those issues, that somehow have some moralistic standard, because in politics it's all about winning and getting control of one or more of these houses. And if you're just fighting for respect, you're always going to be on the losing end, at least in politics.
Hey, Scott, let's quickly get to our final topic, which is, of course, the release of Jeffrey Epstein emails overnight. We saw 3 different emails being released by the Democratic Party. Give us a sense of, the context here and perhaps how important these new leaks are, so to speak. I mean, is this a smoking gun that the Democrats and the American public have been craving, or is there still a lot more to go here?
Well, there's a lot more to come. And once they did the discharge position, they have the number of votes in the House. That's going to come up for a vote. Why is the White House fighting so much? The White House is the only organization or group of people who are fighting against the release of the Epstein files. The 3 emails that were released, that's a smoking gun, if you will. What we know is that Epstein thought that Trump knew about these women that were being sexually abused. He thought they knew, and clearly he believed that Trump had spent time with some of these women who were abused, but that in and of itself doesn't create any culpability or liability for Donald Trump. But as a smoking gun, there's more there. I'm a former sex crimes prosecutor. There's more than enough in the emails that have been publicly released where I would put more resources into investigating and seeing exactly what happened. Right. This is the political liability for Donald Trump, even with his own MAGA base, and he keeps trying to clean it up or give rhetoric that's going to make it go away. It's not going away, Mr. President.
Yeah, there's a small crack in the wall at this time. We'll have to see whether or not it opens the floodgates. Hey, Scott Bolden, thank you very much for your time this morning.